Hello, this is Cuberized, and welcome to my Craftoria Let's Play. This episode, I wanted to go and talk about fluids a little bit. First thing is that in the quest book, under personal storage, there is a whole section here on tanks, which is the liquid container that is very similar to the bank. But banks are for items, tanks are for liquids. Concept is very similar. And so I would like to do that. And the other thing I wanted to talk about with respect to liquids is how to, if you happen to have a setup like this where you've got the singularity tank that has this XP drain on top and a faucet, an XP tap. When you stand on it, your experience will flow into the tank, and this is a nice place to hold liquid experience. And this actually also holds experience as well. This is the Just Dire Things experience holder. Though, what you can do with this is if you have a glass bottle, you can click on it and you will get a bottle of enchanting because you're putting the liquid in the bottle of enchanting. Same thing with a bucket. You can create a bucket of experience. And there you go. Here, there isn't really a way to grab the experience with a glass bottle. But here, you can. So if you need to make bottles of enchanting, this is an easy way to do it if you've already got this going on. What you can do then is when you have this set up, you can store any kind of fluid in here you want. Now right now I've got this on tier 3. So I've got 9 slots and I can hold 64 buckets in each slot. So I can put in anything in here. So I can put lava in. You just right click in. You left click to take out. So right click to put in. I'm going to put in some lava. It also frees up buckets. I did various types of fuel from Just Dire Things, and this portal fluid as well. So we're going to do, let's do this. We'll put this here. And again, we're just right clicking to put in. And again, it saves me the buckets. And I will put in the portal fluid. And I will put in the experience. Yeah, does not work with bottles. But if you have bottles, you can, in fact, this is probably going to suck the experience out of my hands here. Yeah, it did. It took it. But you can break the bottles and have the experience flow into you. You can stand on the drain, or you can have them go into this. So there's a lot of ways to do that. So with the tank, we're going to go ahead and upgrade it. So this is it here. And we're going to do gold blocks. And I lost my tank. There it is. So now it's a gold tank. And we're going to go to emeralds. I don't have emerald blocks. I do have emeralds though. So let's make emerald blocks. I need 8 emerald blocks. And then I think it's diamond and then netherite. Yes. We've got diamond. Now this is at 18 slots. You can hold 18 different kinds of liquids, which you're kind of getting to the point where you're running out of liquids. There's so many. 18 is quite a bit. But there are options out there, and if you go up one more, it should be netherite, and that would get you 27 slots and a million buckets per slot. I'm going to stop right here because I don't have that much netherite, and I think that's going to be more than enough slots for the liquid that I'm doing. The other thing, when you're making tanks or banks, you want to put them in a dock and leave them home where they're safe, like this. If you take them with you and something happens, like you fall into the void or anything, you want to be holding the bank link because you can always make, or the tank link, because you can always make a new one which connects back to one of your originals that you have safe at home. So for the time being, where can I just set this? Someplace safe where I have room to set it. Here, let's do this. And let's put it there. And as opposed to these that are solid cubes, this actually looks like it has glass windows in it, and is a frame with glass. So that's how you can tell them apart visually. Let me put the buckets away. Let me put the knife away. Okay. So with that, let's make, first of all, let's go claim the quests here. We can get our goodies. You get some of your resources back, which is nice, so it isn't quite so painful to make. Not everything, but some. This one we did not make yet. I don't know. Let me see how many netherite I have. Yeah, I have 7, so I don't even have enough to make it. But that's okay. It's not urgent I make it, but the tank, there's a tank dock and the tank link. And the links are, for the banks, are what I'm carrying around with me, again, so it's safe. These are protected here in the base. So let me put this away. And we will make a tank link and dock. So here's all the tanks. There's the tank dock. I should have that. And it's similar again to how the bank dock works. And then we want this thing, tank link. And I should have that. Oh, I actually need to put the tank in. Yeah, that is correct. Which is again why you want it to be safe, because you need to have this to make the link. The link is for this specific tank. That's why as long as you have this tank protected, or a bank protected, you can come back and create a new link anytime you want. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make some more room. I don't know that I can add another dock here that is not directly connected to this. I'm going to try, but we'll see. So I need an item. I think I have one more. I have one last one. Okay. And let's get rid of this. I will put this there. And as I said, I'm not sure this will work without being directly connected to it, but we're going to try it. And No, it's got to be directly connected to it. So what I will do is I will take this off, which makes sense. And this is logic cable. Let's see if I do have logic cables, which I will take. I will see if I can do how am I going to do this? I need room, and I don't know that. Let me get that off there. Okay. Alright, we're gonna see if I can extend this. And let's get rid of that. Let's put that there. And then I should be able to put, this is the tank. I'll put the tank up on top. Let me find my item interfaces. I'm going to need that. And just so I don't have things going into my backpack right at this moment. So I will put that, and I will put that, and I should be able to put this here, which is the other bank dock. There's the bank, and there's the tank. The tank again has the glass, and these have the solid. So that I hope will work, and I should be able to do lava. Nope, not seeing it. What do I have in that bank? Let's do emeralds. Make sure it's actually working. Yes, it's actually working. Let's try XP. No, it's not showing me the... I don't know that it knows how to interpret that. Liquids. Yeah, it's not interpreting the liquids. But the good news is that this does have it. So let me put this... let me do one more thing just to make sure that this is not an issue. Come on, give me the item interface. Okay. I don't think this is an issue, but just to double check that it's not a placement issue with which side this is on. And I don't think it is, but again, I will, because I just had it set up the other way with the banks. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, it's there. I know it's there, and I've got the tank link, and it's here. And that is working. So let me actually pull my clock back up, and we'll go from here. So I have finished the, well, not quite, but got close to finishing up the quest. So let's go grab that. Iron and amethyst. That is my spell book. That is not where it's supposed to be. So I have these with me, so if I need access, I don't actually have to have these here because I have my portable storage terminal, so I can get at the items that are in the banks through the terminal. So I am going to go ahead and put, for safekeeping, put all that there and put that up there. And again, if I lose this, I can make another one and just align it with the connector here, and yeah, I will be connected. So moving on, I do have issues with storage, which should not be a surprise to anybody who's been watching me play. So I'm going to actually get started in applied energistics. Now I have done a little bit already, just out of normal adventuring. Found the cube when I found a meteor, got some of the budding blocks, and I do have certus quartz. So what I need to do is make charged certus, and to do this, that is spectrum. That is not what I want. Yeah. So you make a charger. Well, there's a couple of different ways to do this. You can either do this manually and charge it by using it with a hand crank and doing it that way, or you can connect it to power and charge it up that way. So I'm going to use that option because I have power. There it is. Charge. This is different. So we have the charger, and yeah, all of my power is hidden back here. So I will make a space, and there we go. And so I should be able to put certus this certus. And it does not take a long time, and there it goes, and it's flashing, and you can see that it is charged certus. So with that, now let's go back to our quest book. We've made these. I get coal, okay. Which way do we want to go? Well, we're going to end up going both ways. Let's get this started. So you need redstone. I probably should look at the actual recipe. So you take charged certus and you either use fluix dust or use redstone and nether quartz. So we're going to use redstone and nether quartz. So there's a lot of nether quartz, and there's a lot of redstone. Okay, now my water is currently occupied by turtles. In an earlier episode, I put 2 turtle eggs here. They both hatched. They're floating around out there. You can pick up turtle eggs if you've got a silk touch pick. and each bump here is a turtle egg. So I should have 3 turtle eggs. I do. Swimming with turtles. Okay, come on guys, let me stand on your back here. Oh, and I did, just for fun, crafted all the different colors of all the different shulker boxes. Again, for fun. Let me go put the, before we continue, let's go down to my, where is it at? My undergarden. So this is at towards the bottom of my base, and I filled this up with lily pads and some underwater plants, and put some glowstone around for some ambiance, and I have turtles. I have 2 turtles hatched. There's one, and there's the other one. And so I'm going to put the eggs here, and we're going to hatch more turtles. There we go. Yes, hello little guy. You're cute. You can breed these together, and then one of them will come on to wherever their home beach is. So because I've put these eggs here, this is considered their home beach. So when they mate, you feed them seagrass, which is this stuff right here, and they will mate, and one of them will come back to where they were hatched and put down eggs. So it's very cute. We've got bamboo, we've got lovely stuff down here to make great ambiance, and yeah, I get fish and jellyfish and everything else spawning here naturally. I did not add them, they just show up. There we go. So I have a bunch of small turtles in a turtle farm that I will go rescue and bring down here as well. So this is a very zen garden area with a waterfall. But if you, yeah, so that's how the whole turtle mating egg thing goes. You did need an egg for the apothic spawners. So if you're doing the Monster Mayhem, the turtle egg, that's how you get it. And then you can have your own turtles if you'd like, floating around. So let's, as I said, I'm using this, but I think it'll still work as long as I'm sort of kind of accurate. Oh, and it also helps if I don't have a magnet going. So let me get that. I've got many magnets. Let me put that away. And I have both backpacks off, right? Yes. Yes. Okay, let's try that again. So we're going to toss in the charged certus, the redstone, and the nether quartz. And I think it did its thing. It did. Oh, I've got more. Okay, so I got some of my resources back. I need to make more charge, but I have fluix crystals. So if you take this and grind it, and I think you can do it in a crusher. So let's see. Here's a crusher. You'll get your dust. So you can make more just by using throwing in dust with charged certus. But this gets us here, and we get more of this. You get a water bucket. So what I'm trying to get at is I want to be able to do the basic, absolutely basic system. So I need to go this direction to get to basic processors so I can get down to storage components here, and I'll also need to get to, so the storage components you make into storage cells, and the storage cells can go into, not that one, a drive, which I will find. It might not be here, but if it's here, we'll find it. And then with that, you're storing it like you would a hard drive. You're storing items in effectively a hard drive. And you can make them bigger and bigger and bigger to hold more stacks. Each one holds 64 items. It's just a matter of how many stacks of that item it holds. So starting out, I try to craft a bunch of small ones to see what's going on and then expand from there. Okay, so this is the way we need to go. We need to make silicon. And silicon's used, it presses down and makes an actual blank chip, if you will. So we need to take some kind of dust, and so if I do just certus quartz, I get 1. If I do the quartz blend, which uses sand and some kind of coal or charcoal with a certus, or just quartz dust, then I can go ahead and do it that way. And I think I'm going to do it that way because the sand and the coal stretch it. Question is how much coal do I have? Not a lot in that form, so let's okay, there we go. Let's put that away, put that away, put that away. And I want to make, let's see, I need dust. Okay, I do have some certus quartz dust, so we will take advantage of that. And do this. Trying to get, yeah, of course it's not going to come out to be even number, but that's all right. So with this, this is our blend, our quartz blend. So you just smelt it any way you want to smelt it. It doesn't matter. Or you can enrich it and you get more per. Let's see. I don't think you get 4 or 6. Yeah. So because we have an enrichment chamber, I'm going to go ahead and we have 1 raw silver. I'm going to throw it in here. Fill this up. And use my handy dandy temporal pouch. And that'll be done quickly. That's my haste. And yeah. And then we're done. There we go. Lots of silicon. I should not need to make this again anytime soon. In fact, I've got way too much. And I have filled up my inventory. I can't put any more in. So that's not a great sign. Which is one of the reasons why I'm doing the AE2. Storage. So we've got the silicon. So we need the inscriber. And I also need to find, I should have everything I need for the inscriber already, I hope. Yes, I do, and they're in my inventory. I have several of each, which is good. So the inscriber is this gizmo. And yes, I have all of that, and there we go. And I'm going to need this. I'm going to need one of these. You can have multiple inscribers, each one doing something different. And I probably will do that. That's probably going to be a good way to go. I'll use one for the silicone and one, I can change these out as I need to. And then I can make, yeah, let's make the bunch. There we go. So I've got that. And what I want to do is get a stack of silicon. And I do not know if I've got... No, I don't have the cable up there. Let's see. Let's grab some hoppers. And if I'm going to grab hoppers, let's grab some barrels. Alright. Oops. Bumping into things. Alright, just for the moment, let's get that out of the way. And I will get this out of the way. Because I have a barrel set up there, I will do that. So that the output will go to that barrel, and I will put this here. So I'm going to put the silicone press in here. It goes in the top if you're doing a press. And you put the silicone here, and it powers itself up, and then it's going to start making the silicone, well, pressing it. It makes this, printed silicone. And then you use these to make the different circuits, which either applies some redstone and some other material to this printed silicon to make these circuits. So if I look at AE and circuit, so here's these are the different kinds. There's engineering, calculation, logic. We'll get into that one later, and that one as well is later. So you add redstone, and I think this is silicon, diamond, and gold, I believe, but we'll check that out too. So this is going to keep going and doing its thing. I'm going to set up a quick and this is not terribly pretty, but it's functional. Oh, I'm haste again. And that's not the direction I wanted to put it. There we go. So, get rid of this for the time being. And just put all that in there. Oh, I just put it right back in my backpack. Okay, there we go. and that'll take it in there and to speed up life here. Increases speed on the hopper and on the press. Not doing a whole heck of a lot for the press. Yeah, but it's not bad. What we can do is actually do some upgrades. So if we do AE, I think they're called, I think it's an upgrade. No, not upgrade. Also helps if I'm, let's try upgrade. There we go. So we can make, nope, nope, nope. Okay, not what I wanted to do. What's it called if it's not that? This. Redstone capacity card. This is it here. The cards. They're cards. Alright, so there's a bunch of different cards that are enhancements, and when you look at the actual AE2 devices, there's going to be slots on the right hand side. And if you look here, it'll actually, when you hover over one of these items, it says, okay, this one's for wireless crafting and the universal terminals. So what I'm looking for is actually more like this. I want to put this in the device I just made. So what I'm looking for is acceleration card, I think is the one I want. It doesn't say inscriber. Oh, there it is, inscriber. I see it. It's about 2/3 of the way down. So this, it does work in the inscriber, and the acceleration card should speed up. So, yeah. So to make this, I need an advanced card and a fluix crystal. We have the crystals. The card is made. We're already going to need a processor, but I can do this. And to make this, this is where we need the inscriber. So we put one of our printed silicons, which we're making right now, with some redstone, and then we do this printed calculation circuit, which is the calculation press with some certus quartz. And then you put it into another, yeah. So we need inscribers to do all this fun stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some certus quartz. There's my certus quartz. And I need the press. That's the silicon logic. I believe it's calculation. Yes, it is calculation. Okay. Now I need to set up another one of these. Do I have any more power? I think it's cable. This is it. And I think the problem I'm going to get into is that we're going to hit the great outdoors here in a second. Well, maybe, yes. Yes, we have. Let me put this down here. Okay. So I don't fall. Yeah. Let me put that there. Okay. So I should be able to get to, there's the power. And then I should be able to go over one more. There. Okay. I will get these out of here because they're just in the way. They can definitely go elsewhere. One nice thing about sophisticated storage is that once you have these, you know, a copper or higher version, you can easily just pick it up, and if I break one that isn't, like this is not, it drops all of its items. Once you get one that is a higher tier, here with the sophisticated storage, as opposed to just a regular basic barrel, then you can, where did my barrel go? Oh, there it is. I have to watch out because these floating bows will actually interfere. So this is still going, and we're still making. We've made quite a few. I probably will move that over here, just so it's all together. Let's get this out of the way, and another inscriber. So this goes here, and this goes here, and that does its thing, and it's going to charge. Does this have... So here's where the cards are. So you can put 4 acceleration cards in here, which allows this to go faster. Any side, auto export produced items will not be auto. These items will be auto through the any extraction side. Okay, so I'm going to put another one of these here. Okay, perfect. And I want to put redstone. I need, yeah. You can actually stop. Well, okay, stop. It won't do anything. So I'd like to get this set up so we've got all this going together here, so we can make a bunch of these. And I'm going to, there is nothing over there it's going to interfere with. No, okay. I want to put this and auto export. So if this is doing what it's supposed to be doing, yes. So this is making the silicon and putting it here. This is making the calculation circuits and putting it here. And all I need to do is feed it redstone. And I probably can, let's grab some more. Yep, that is not what I wanted to grab. So close. Alright, so these guys are going, so what I need to do is then... I have more barrels in here. Put that there, and this I will have on auto export. And if this is working as anticipated, it went there. It did. Great. And then any slot from any side. Okay. So I'm going to see if this will auto pull in. I don't know that this can do this. I may have to give it a hopper. No, it's going to need a hopper or cabling or something, so that's not a problem. I will just see if I can hopper it in. I have a hopper. Step so I can get up. Let's put that there and then put this here. Yep, it's pulling in. So, this is a way to automate this. It actually can be very, well, this isn't even really requesting automating. This is just fill these things up and it's going to make stuff. When this runs out of certus quartz, you can change these. You can make this larger if you want, so you can pipe things in. If you pipe things into here, it actually means you can have this stuff set up any way you want. You don't have to have it next to each other. And then I can take this out. I know I just put it in there, but come on, get down in there. Okay. And that's the downside of a yeah. So as this goes, this will, you know, fill up. And yeah, we've got extras here. So there we go. It'll keep processing, and it's actually quite a little efficient system. And again, if you have you can literally take these pressers and stack them up and then pipe the stuff out and into one to put everything together. And the more of these you have, the more individual presses you can have in each inscriber. So you have one inscriber that has this press, and you have another inscriber that has this press, and then you have another inscriber that has a different press, and you keep making these things and just pipe it into this that you keep filled up with redstone. And yeah, it comes out here. So cool. So there it is. Ta-da! So this is the starts of my AE2 system, and I will we'll be doing upgrades for this and actually getting a system put together here soon. So yeah, this is also can be incorporated into my system once I get it set up, so that I can request as needed these to be made, which will be nice. I'm trying to do a bulk make now to get it, you know, a stack to get me started. But yes, be able to do all kinds of fun things and get this stuff automated and not have to rely so much on hoppers and barrels. Although I can make cables, tubes, pipes right now to remove them, but would love to just use the AE2 system, get it all organized. Yep. Okay, well, any questions or comments, please put them down below. I do read and reply to everything. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave me a like. and subscribe to the channel to get alerted to new content as I release it. I hope you enjoyed. This is Cuberized signing off. Take care, everybody.